Ako, when I was 23, I was preparing to leave the Philippines. Kasi I started working when I was 21 around. And pinalad akong mag-management training. And the program was asking us to leave for 2 years after namin mag-take ng exam. So that meant that I had to leave somewhere else outside of the country for 2.5 years. Yun yung idea. So I was really preparing to leave the Philippines on my first adventure. Yes, adventure! Which was really very strange. Very strange. It was a very exciting journey for me. Kasi I was never living on my own. Gano'n naman tayo sa Pilipinas. Hanggang mag-asawa ka, hanggang hindi ka tinutubuan ng mas maganda kung nasa pamilya ka.
Oo.
And I was enjoying my time with my family then. Kaya nung umalis ako, it was really an adventure. Kasi pumunta pa ako sa lugar na exotic for us. So, pumunta ako sa lugar na exotic ako at exotic for me. Noon kasi pag 23 ka, diba, you don't think of those things. Hindi mo na iniisip na, meron bang magandang school district dito? Syempre, layo pa nun for you. For you, it's much more, siguro iniisip ko nun, gaano kalaking adventure ba to compared to if I just stayed at home? Or if I stayed somewhere near? Because somewhere near meant, I would probably be coming home a lot. Hindi naman sa ayaw umuwi. But I think it would force me to move outside of my comfort zone and challenge myself more if I didn't know anybody. Or if I couldn't just, you have a little heartache, then you go home and you cry. I wouldn't have that much, it wouldn't be that comfortable to do so.
Yeah.
So I really chose a challenge. A lot of the millennials I know now, stress sila about what their achievements are already at 23 and how fast they can get there. I think I haven't checked. I didn't feel that I knew enough of the world to understand what I wanted. I know what I wanted at that moment and within maybe the next 3 years, but where ang dami-daming branches ng buhay na pwede mong puntahan. And you would be remiss if you just said, I'm gonna go that direction and that's it. And you never know what you're capable of. Maybe you want to be a preacher, pero talk show host ka pala, friend. Oh. So I think ngayon, medyo nalulungkot ako dun sa mga iba na they think that passion is something like you have to find. Parang nawalang susi o parang nawalang something. It's you create that. You create your journey. But it's the journey you create. Your North Star changes sometimes. And that's okay. And then at one point in your life, it will solidify. Meron kasi tayo ngayong hustle culture, I think. I think maraming factors. First, you see it on social media. Noon tayo, when we were younger, di ba? Mayroon lang tayong MySpace and Friendster. Alam. Everything is in front of you eh. In social media, it's in your face. Na alam mo how many of your friends have actually made it at 24, became a millionaire at 22, on their way to marrying the love of their life. And you know that, and it's being fed to you every day. There's a constant reminder of how inadequate you are. And that makes for a really miserable life in a way. Kasi everybody knows we have our own journeys. We start from different places. Pero hindi mo alam yun eh. I mean, alam mo yun logically, but the back of your mind, you're always thinking like, why can I not be like them? Why can't I do better? When better is really a moving target, it's not even a defined target for every. When even standardized. But if you see that every day, And, you know, in social media, syempre, you want to celebrate with your friends when they share. But we don't know how that affects us internally. Before you compare yourself to others, first understand, define, where do you want to go? And are you okay with the journey of discovery first? And do you have that humility to say, you know what, self? I give you the space to unfold. I'm not going to tell you that I'm going to use this yardstick from now on and kailangan mo ma-achieve yan. Dahil pag hindi, you fail. And if you apply other people's yardsticks, mahihirapan ka agad. Because meaning and purpose is such a big thing. I mean, people our age, we don't have it figured out. So figuring it out at 22 is a dream. And also a curse. Because after 22, if you figured it out, what are you gonna find out next, kapatid? Wale. And what fun is that? What kind of fun is that? Kasi wala na. Yun na, you're actualized. You have to really, the first step is to define, what do you value? I think that's the most important thing, is what do you value? Do you value at this stage of your life freedom? Learning? Is it serving other people? Even if that's only your family? Is it creating a better version of yourself every day? So for now, what do you want to do? Kahit na hindi mo pa dinedefine yung, I want to have this much money in the bank, because you will never be able to define that, what is enough for you pagdating sa pera. So define first, kung bibigyan kita ng, in 2 years from now, where do you see yourself? It's that simple. And then you don't have a lot of pressure, because in 2 years, you can think again, boy ka pa nun eh. Hopefully. In 2 years, you'll be able to say, you know what? I thought I wanted to be a graphic designer. Mas magaling pala ako writer, which is okay. And if you have a day job, that's also okay. If you don't want to have a day job, that's also okay. Don't put a lot of pressure on yourself trying to define something that is supposed to be for discovery, and enjoy that discovery, because you get messages like, if your dream doesn't scare you, then it's not big enough. Your dreams should give you pleasure. Your dreams can change. If your dreams scare you, they're not the right dreams. They're nightmares. Diba? So, or you're given aspirational porn na, it's really aspirational porn na, you know, there's this guy who became a millionaire at 22, and now he's telling everybody how to become a millionaire like him. Tabi-tabi po kung sino ka man. But, or at 23, at 25, or may mga artista na nakapagpatayo na ng bahay at 25. Masyadong pinapakita sa inyo yun, but it doesn't mean anything. It doesn't mean you have to be like them. You have to have the courage to define your own journey. And kahit naman sa mga bata, diba? A 3-year-old will tell you something very different from a 7-year-old. So if you ask a 3-year-old what they want, they probably don't know.
Yeah.
A 7-year-old would know a little bit more. A 12-year-old would be completely different. It's the same with us. Adults lang tayo, but we're still growing up.
Right.
And we should allow ourselves to grow up. And I think when you start saying that there has to be one passion I need to follow, otherwise I'm not happy, then you're caging yourself immediately, and you're not doing yourself any favors, because you will miss a lot of opportunities to grow and let your dreams grow with you. You are 23 and you're living a life of a 40-year-old. Then when are you going to live the life of a 23-year-old? When you're 40? I tell you, you're not able to.
Yes.
You're not able to. So when you're 23, live that life. Enjoy your friends. Enjoy the fact that you can travel and you can walk kilometers without getting tired easily. Enjoy the fact that you can stay up all night and not have to be dead the next day. Enjoy the fact that you can talk to your friends and not have kids around you running around yet. Unless you have, congratulations. But enjoy the fact that you're healthy and young. And use it. Because hindi na siya babalik ulit. Don't try to put yourself in boxes or your timeline into different boxes. Huwag kang maglagay ng deadline sa sarili mo. Because maybe your life or your journey is a lot richer than that guy who was a millionaire at 22 or a millionaire at 25 or had a house at 23. Doesn't matter. Maybe you had a richer life because you had more interesting people around you, because you were able to see more, you were able to experience more, you were able to cry more, laugh more, doubt more, be critical of things more. And that's life. That's the human experience. I create a rich life that is yours and own your story. I think the most beautiful thing about life is that you get to have the profound connections with people. And life is about connecting. And if you can't do that because you're so focused into creating or having stuff, then you would have failed at the human experience. Because sayang, di mo rin alam if at 30 buhay ka pa. And kung ang pinaka-importante sa yung bagay ay magkaroon ng bahay at 23, in-enjoy mo siya na 7 years.